What is good, my family? And today we're back in with another video. And today we're gonna be doing a reaction video. And we're not gonna be reacting to Flight. We're gonna be reacting. Well, you can clearly see it on the screen, but we're gonna be reacting to ETU animated stories. So the story we're gonna be reacting to is "I've Got the Strongest Family in the World." From the get-go, that just sounds a little bit crazy, but let's get into the video. It's only 4 minutes, so yeah, let's watch it.
We found Sprizzy through a Google search, pretty much. I was looking for a way to market our YouTube videos in a, I guess you'd call it a correct manner. Sprizzy's something completely different.
I think we can all agree that strength is a very desirable trait in any individual. No one wants to be weak, frail, and defenseless. But for me, strength is something that's not just desirable. It's a necessary trait that everyone should possess. My obsession for it runs so deep that I've trained my family to become one of the strongest families in the world.
So right off the get-go, this man sounds a little bit delusional. It couldn't be me in that family. Said he trained his family all his life to be strong. I wouldn't be on the run up to them in a fight. All you see is full bodybuilders walking down the street. Let's get into the video though.
My name is Alec, and this is the story of how my family and I achieved the milestone of becoming strong. It all started when I was around the age of 12.
Becoming strong. I thought you were the strongest family in the world. What's going on here, buddy? Okay, but I'm gonna try not to pause it.
I used to be a thin kid, the kind who was pushed around by other kids. Everyone thought I was too weak to protest or do anything about it. My father found out about this misbehavior of others. I thought he would take a stand for me. But he surprised me when he blamed my weakness for everything. He took it upon himself to make me fitter and healthier by making me do intensive weight and muscle training. He supplemented my diet with...
He did all this because people made fun of him in school? Just because people made fun of him, he had to become a bodybuilder so nobody would mess with him. Sounds a bit crazy to me, but we ain't gonna judge nobody.
With enriching foods and shakes. By the time I was 15, my body had filled out completely. I'd put on muscle mass, weight, and height. The same kids who used to shove me around now cowered at my sight. No one dared to mess with me. I was given the nickname of...
So on the screen you see it says he gave the nickname of the Hulk. But and then he said this they were scared of him. I know. Of course they were scared of him. See this big old buff dude walking in my hallway. I'm like, is you a grown man or what? I'll be scared too. Think this is. I would have asked principal what's going on with you. You can't be a student that's going here. You must be a grown man. You're not in my grade. But okay, this is my last time pausing it, y'all.
The Hulk. So this is how my obsession with strength started. It was good to be so strong and all, but there was one problem. I could never date a girl because they feared me. All the girls used to turn around and change directions as soon as they crossed paths with me. By the time I graduated college, I was...
a girlfriend because you're a bodybuilder? Never heard of that before. I think he's lying. But, okay, I was gonna stop pausing it, so, okay.
Convinced that no one would ever marry me. But I was wrong. I soon met Bella, the girl who is my wife today. Bella used to be a waitress at a cafe. One day, I was at her cafe by myself when I saw a bunch of guys misbehaving with her. She seemed shy, timid, too afraid to say anything. I decided to come to her rescue and walked up to the guys. All those guys slumped back in their seats at the sight of me. I asked them to apologize to Bella, and they did so without any further questions. After this incident, Bella was in awe of me. She thanked me and expressed how much she wished that she was as strong and confident as me.
And I guess.
And that was the beginning of our love story.
Strong again.
Bella and I remained in touch after that, meeting
I'm sorry
frequently
for
at the
pausing
cafe.
y'all, but
And
they both wanted to be. Well, his father made him be strong, but now they both were too weak. Now they both gotta be strong. Then they gonna raise their kids to be strong. I can already tell how this story finna go.
As time passed, I started training her to increase her muscle strength. She took a really keen interest in the training, and within no time, she was stronger and fitter than she'd ever been. Both of us became the odd ones out in society. We were too strong for anyone, but we had each other. I really liked Bella, and to my luck, she reciprocated my feelings. So, soon we got married. Our friends used to jokingly call us the power couple. Even after marriage, we continued our training and stuff to maintain the strength that we'd possessed. Soon we...
All you see is them going for their midnight stroll. Nobody coming to mess with them. Animal won't even attack them. They'll walk in the forest. Animal won't even come up to them. They'll be scared. The animal be scared, run away. They won't have no problem. Is it a black bear? I think a black bear where you make yourself bigger. They won't have no problem doing that. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but they won't have no problem doing that. Okay, I'm gonna stop pausing.
And it was time to make our kids. We became parents, and it was time to make our kids as strong as us. My elder son, Mike, who's now 15 years old, is a gold medalist in weightlifting at the national level. Unlike mine, his childhood has been smooth and filled with happiness. He's always been adored by his classmates and teachers, and is talented in all the sports activities. I've always taught my kids not to make the wrong use of their strength, and to apply it only when the situation calls for it, and I'm proud to say that they follow my teachings all too well. Mike always helps the kids who are weaker than him, and are being pushed around by the bossy kids. This is one of the reasons why his friends look up to him, and almost worship the ground he walks on. The case of my 10-year-old daughter, Sophie, is a bit different, though. As you would expect, she stands out among the kids of her own age group, of course.
Like a bodybuilder, like, why wouldn't she stand out? Okay,
But she still lacks maturity. She gets into fights with other kids very often because she has anger issues. She makes use of her fists before thinking about the consequences. We get complaints from her school very often. We even had to transfer to a different school once because she broke a kid's nose. She especially attacks the guys because the fact that she's a girl and is stronger than them doesn't sit well with them, and they tease her about it. They seclude her and tell her that no one will ever love her because she's not girly. When I hear these kinds of things, I just want to land a punch or two on someone myself, but I have to hold myself back. But, well, Sophie can't hold herself back because she's still so young, and all that teasing gets to her head. That's why she gets into fights with the guys more often. On her teacher's advice, we've enrolled her in anger management classes. She's learning to control her anger and think before acting. At home, I try to teach her that with strength, there comes a responsibility, and she cannot misuse it. We're seeing gradual improvement in her, and hopefully, she'll grow up to be like Mike one day. So, this is how my obsession drove me to make my family the strongest. But every coin has two sides. If there are merits, there are demerits as well, as I elaborated in the case of Sophie. I just hope that people don't outcast my kids just because they're differently talented. I wish everyone is accepting and appreciative of them in the future.
As long as your kids ain't got a problem being a bodybuilder, I ain't got a problem with it. Because they can be a bodybuilder as long as they want to. Because ain't nobody about to force me to be no dang bodybuilder. I know that for sure. But guys, that's going to cap it off for the video today. Let me know if you like that video and want to see more animations on this channel. Alright, y'all. We out.